Chatting now with Clay Carson. He's with a couple of brands, and he does franchise development and real estate. Clay, welcome to the podcast, and tell me about your brand or brands.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Yeah. So I represent two brands, the Toasted Yolk Cafe and the Twisted Egg Shack, both brands based out of Houston. And the Twisted Egg Shack is actually the sister brand of the Toasted Yolk Cafe. Toasted Yolk is casual dining and was founded in 2010 and has developed actually into one of the fastest growing premium franchise breakfast lunch brands in the U.S. 50 locations open, 17 opening next year. Just tremendous growth, kind of in spite of everything, frankly, whether it's lending or whatever, so growing.
Lending,
quickly.
Real estate, all of the fun things that we're dealing
yeah,
with these days.
Yeah. So continues to grow. Somewhat surprisingly, in the casual dining space, the year-over-year sales have really not fallen off, which is very interesting. We've had a lot of our brethren in more of the dinner space have seen some pretty substantial dips year over year, and fortunately we've not, which is fantastic.
Keep going.
Yeah, it was interesting. So I think we learned a lot during COVID on how to operate, as nimbly as possible, and it was really funny whether it was, I guess very difficult situations do inspire some creativity. So Twisted Egg Shack, which is the quick service, little brother of the Toasted Yolk, actually came to fruition after COVID. We were trying to figure out, during the shutdown, how do we get product into people's hands? And we knew everything had to be portable to a certain extent, whether people were coming in, it was third-party delivery, or we were actually taking the product to people. So we switched over at Toasted Yolk, which again is casual dining. We switched over very much to a very portable type of menu. So that was bowls and tacos, burritos, sandwiches, things of that nature. And we would actually take those to police stations, firehouses. We had set up shop in multiple hospitals where we would provide food for the medical community at that point. But it got us to thinking, wow, we can make this portable. So the growth with Twisted Egg Shack, just in the last 12 months, we'd opened our first location in Beaumont, Texas. The goal was to do $1 million our first year. It was a former Jack in the Box space that had been converted over, that we converted over surprisingly inexpensively. But at the end of the day, the goal was $1 million, and we finished year one at 1.41 million. So we, very much exceeded that.
That's a good year.
That's where we see the growth. So a little COVID inspiration inspired another brand, and very surprisingly, there just is not really any competition in that drive-through category with premium coffee as well as premium made-to-order food, which is a bit surprising.
So tell me about the day part of the Twisted Egg Shack. Is it open till mid-afternoon, or what's the typical hour?
Yeah, we kept the hours very, actually not very similar, the same, 7 to 3, as we have had, previous 15 years with Toasted Yolk. We're seeing, though, the trend now, we've seen this really the last couple of years, the younger generations, Gen Alpha, Gen Z to a certain extent, they drink coffee a lot longer than us old timers do. It's not uncommon to see pretty significant coffee sales even later in the afternoon. So we're looking at in certain areas staying open later just based on proximity to different traffic generators, whether in schools or medical.
They're going to happy hour and having coffee.
Of course, yeah.
Very interesting. So tell me about 2026. What does that look like for you when it comes to franchise development? Do you have certain goals for one of the brands and different goals for the other brand, or where do you really see the growth happening for your entire organization?
That's a great question. I think with everything that we've learned the past couple of years and really starting on more purposeful development, if that makes sense. You just have to be more on purpose with everything you do. You've seen increased costs in build out. You've seen increased costs, obviously, in food and labor and some other things. You can't rest. You have to really work on your business continually. So what we want to do is we really want to take advantage of the real estate opportunities with, unfortunately, a lot of fast food places have closed, and that makes perfect candidates for the growth of Egg Shack, which naturally kind of fits into that space. So we continue to do that. We'd like to get 10 locations open with Egg Shack this next year. We're already scheduled to open 17, which is pretty impressive, increasing your growth by 30% already with Toasted Yolk. So,
and they can take a pretty small footprint, I would assume, right? It's
yes.
Mostly a drive-through.
It is,
concept.
yeah, much more so. And it's just, Egg Shack is like a little piece of Play-Doh. The old saying is you can't be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
We damn sure try with Egg Shack, and we're close. We can act as a cafe. So if you want to come in and hang out, have a mimosa on your patio, you certainly can. If you're in a hurry, you need to go through the drive-through based on time. That's not a problem either. But again, it hits on all cylinders. There's not a weak link when it comes to the quality of coffee, which is 100%, really gourmet. We've worked on that a lot. But the food matches, so there's not a deficit. When you have great food, but your coffee is terrible.
Right.
Won't mention names.
Right.
It really does, and we're surprisingly getting people through the drive-through in less than 3 minutes. So it does take a little bit longer, but the quality is there. It's Toasted Yolk fast.
Got it. So if anyone would like to have a conversation with you about the opportunity, where can they reach you? Where's the best place to connect?
Well, there's this place called Nate's Bar and Grill. No, just kidding.
I meant online.
There you go. Anytime you can reach me at just franchise at twistedeggshack.com is the easiest place to reach me. People can always call me. It's Clay Carson 1 on LinkedIn if you want to check out my previous stints, I suppose. But I'd love to talk with anyone that has interest, and appreciate the time.
All right, very good. Thanks so much for joining us today. Good luck at the rest of Franchise Expo Austin, and good luck in 2026.
You bet. Thanks so much.